So let's look at the proper way to measure a belt. And belt size is not always going to be, and almost never going to be, your waist size. For instance, I have a waist size of about 30 inches. It's just the way it happens to be. But my belt size actually turns out to be about 33 inches. And I'll show you why. So a good way to measure up your belt size, and especially like for yourself or for a customer that's going to have a custom belt made, is to take one of their existing belts and look for the hole that has been used the most often on their belt. And for this one, it's right here, and that's where that little ridge is. But you can always ask your customer, just, hey, you know, which hole do you use on your belt the most often? And then what we want to do is we want to measure from the end of the buckle, where the tongue crosses the buckle, to the center of that most oftenly used hole. In this case, we're going to go from here straight down to that hole, and we get 33 inches. Now, the total belt length is 39 inches, which really doesn't do us a lot of good, but it's good to know anyway. Now, also, if somebody happens to have a belt, and this is just we're using this as an example, but one of those slide belts that doesn't have holes, like a canvas strap that just goes through and tensions a belt like an old Boy Scout belt, what you can do with that is you can make have your customer put on your own belt till it's just right, and then make a pencil line right here. And then when they take it off, they can measure from the end of the buckle to the pencil line. And that would be the same measurement for this type of belt. So what we're going to do is take that measurement that was from that most used hole to the end of the buckle, and we're going to make that the distance to the center hole on the new belt. So we match the ends of the buckles up, even if they're different styles of buckles. Going to match those up, and then the distance to this most widely used hole is going to become now the center hole of the custom belt. I make my belts with 9 holes, and they're 3/4 inches apart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 2 inches to the end of the tongue. You can make that anything you want, but that's the way I put a custom belt together. So that distance will be the center hole on the new belt. This just happens to be the one I wear every day. You can take into account if it's a dress belt, if it's a casual belt, how you're going to use it. What I will normally do also is, if you're going to be doing something like wearing, a thick inside the waistband holster, or knife sheaths, or any accessories, you'll want to take that into account and actually put those on before you measure the belt, because that may change the final hole position. If you have any questions, leave comments below, and I'll do everything I can for you. This is Jeff from OMG Leatherworks. Thank you very much for watching.